Today what we're going to be doing, real quick here, I'm going to give you a wicked lick of the day. I'm going to be giving you something that's a little more, maybe it's a little more bluesy in nature, but it's still a little crazy. So let me play it for you so you can check this out. Are you ready? We're going to be using some palm muting and some things in there too. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that little lick that I'm playing right now, and I'm going to try and do this a bunch of different ways in a jam setting. So I'm going to play a jam track, and I want you to use those hearts if you can when you hear the lick. And I'm going to try and do the lick a bunch of different ways, slow, fast, different ways, and see if you can pick out when the lick comes up, all right? So here we go. Okay, are you catching it in there? All right, so make sure that if you're digging this, find me on Periscope. If you're not already following me on Periscope, you just look up Steve Stein, S-T-I-N-E, and you can find me on Periscope that way. And I'm going to try and do these as often as I possibly can for you because I just think they're kind of fun. So are y'all having a good time? Is this working out pretty good for you? Awesome. Cool. All right, everybody. So let's break down the lick a little bit for you, okay? Awesome. Good. Good to hear. Awesome. Okay, so let's break down the lick here. What I want you to do is I want you to put your first finger on the second fret, or excuse me, the second string, 5th fret. I want you to put your ring finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. And I want you to put your pinky on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. So you've got 3 fingers on the 2nd string. So you've got 5, 8, and 10. Okay, now what we're going to do is 2 pull-offs. We're going to pull off from 10 to 8 and then 8 to 5. Now you're going to decide how fast or slow you want to do this because you can do this all kinds of different ways and make it pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to do those 2 pull-offs. So we're going 10, 8, 5. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the 8th fret of the 3rd string with our ring finger because it's already sitting there. So we're going 10, 8, 5, and then 8 on the 3rd string. And see how that's how we're going to get some speed out of this thing, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go right back to the 2nd string, and we're going to do a pull off from 8 to 5. See that? So give that a try, okay, at home. If you're not at work and you're playing hooky from work right now, okay? How many of you are playing hooky from work right now? Okay, so that's what you got so far. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a hammer-on from 7 to 8 on the 3rd string. No, there's not tabs available for this. You should have gotten a tab sheet from us, from the email, if you had gotten that. Otherwise, yeah, it's okay. If you're driving, focus on driving, okay? You can watch this later on YouTube, so it's no big deal. I'll break it down for you, okay? So you're going 10, 8, 5, pull-offs. And then we're going to the 8 on the 3rd string. And then we're going to go back to the 2nd string and do a pull-off from 8 to 5. So that's your first pattern. Okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to do your hammer-on from 7 to 8 on the 3rd string. So let's add that on. So now we've got... So it sounds pretty cool. Now, watch what happens when I add a little bit of palm muting to this. Now, as I keep doing the lick, you're going to notice that palm muting is going to make it sound really, really cool, okay? And then what I'm going to do there is I'm going to jump over to the 1st string on the 5th fret. Okay, so I have... You see that? So I've got 10, 8, 5, 8 on the third string, and then pull off 8, 5 on the second string, hammer on 7 to 8, and again, if you're just writing it down, it's okay. You can watch this a million times, so don't worry about it. And then you're heading up to that 5 on the first string. So we have, sorry. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to come down the pentatonic scale with the blues note. We're going to play 8, 5 as a pull-off again on the second string, and then the 8 on the third string, back to the 5 on the second string. So I have, and then I'm just going to come down 8, 7, 5 on the third string, and then I'm ending with my roots, which is the 7th fret of the 4th string. So let's break it down in pieces. So if you've got your guitar handy, we'll break this down in nice small pieces. If you don't have your guitar, you can watch it later on YouTube. It's going to be up there. And then just take the tab paper that you've got and just write down the things we're talking about. So step 1, 2 pull-offs on the second string. We're pulling off from 10 to 8 and 8 to 5. Okay, where's the ace bend? That's coming later. I'll do an ace freely lick next week. Okay, then what we're going to do is go to the third string, 8th fret, and then we're going to do a pull-off from 8 to 5 on the second string. So 2 pull-offs, play the 8, and then another pull-off. Then we're going to do a hammer-on from 7 to 8 on the third string. And then we're going to go just straight down. We're going to be going to the 5th fret of the first string. We're going to play 5, and then 8, 5, and then 8 on the third string, back to the 5. I do a lot of that return stuff if you haven't noticed that already. I do a lot of that in my playing. And then I'm going to do the 8, 7, 5 pull-off, and then go to the 7. So let me show you what it sounds like a little bit slower, and then I'll play it a little bit faster just so you can see, and then I'll jam a little bit with it again. Okay, hear that? Now a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. A little bit faster. See, so it's kind of fun, and again, not impossible to play. You just got to work it up piece by piece, right? Now let me play the jam track a little bit for you again, and then if you have any questions, we'll talk about this, okay? So here's the jam track again, and I'll play it slower for you. Here it comes. Sorry. It is kind of a stretch, you're right. So let me try it again. Here it'd be a little bit faster. All right, double time there. Here it'd be really fast. Which I'm just kind of superimposing it over the top at that point, but you get the idea. And it is kind of a big stretch. Please remember, my hands are very, very small. So again, I'm playing it with my guitar sitting down. If I was playing standing up, this would be a lot harder to do, right? So I'm just... Then here, what I do is I switch, and I start using my pinky right here. Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. And that's the thing is with rhythm, remember, we can always do these kinds of licks at different tempos, right? Whether we're doing a quarter note or an eighth note or a 16th note or a triplet or whatever it might be, we can still do the same lick. We're just going to use a different rhythm to it, okay? So please remember, if you're not already following me on Periscope, please just go to Periscope and look up Steve Stein, S-T-I-N-E, and you can find me. And that way, whenever I'm doing these things, you can always be notified of it. And I'm going to try and do these as often as I possibly can for you, okay? And then the other thing, too, is if you haven't already, if you haven't checked out the IGPA, which is International Guitar Players Association, go to igpa.org, O-R-G, and check it out, okay? We meet, more than once a month. We do live stuff like this where we can hang out and I teach you different things and you can ask questions and all that sort of thing. So do you have any questions about this lick, guys? Anybody out there? Anybody have a question about it, or does it seem like it makes sense? You're just going to need to sit down a little bit with it, okay? I'm going to keep trying to give you some outside licks like this, okay? Traditional licks, it's not that I don't want to do traditional licks, but I am going to try and do some outside things like this. And I'll try and show you some signature licks too, like somebody had mentioned Ace Frehley. I I would love to show you some Ace Frehley licks. We can look at some different signature licks by different guitar players too. That could be really fun, okay? So that's about all the time we have, okay, for today's wicked guitar lick of the day, all right? So take care, have a really great day, stay positive, and I'll talk to you real soon, okay? To Zach, wow, thank you, that's a great one. Moving at a turtle's pace, don't worry about it, that's all right. All right, take care, everybody, I'll talk to you soon. Hey, Sean, everybody take care, and I'll speak to you on, not this weekend, we won't be doing them over the weekend, but we will do them again on Monday, all right? So take care.